Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy Jay.
Yes. Well. Buenos Dias. This is what we have traditionally in the past called Ass Whip Tuesday, and I don't imagine today will be any different for anybody, because if you have survived to see another day, this day, Tuesday, as we do this show live, no doubt something, somewhere, somebody, somewhere, something is whipping your ass. Welcome in here. It is Mike Taylor. The traffic has turned into a colossal ass whip. DJ LG is here. We await the arrival of one Rudy Jay, who texted momentarily ago, I'm not sure if that makes sense, to let us know that traffic was an issue this morning. Now, he's never been late before, so he gets a pass. And he does live far away, which is why I would say always check Siri before you get in the car. Oh, my Siri just came on. So you're about to hear him open the door and come into the studio, and you're about to hear the dog bark as we await Rudy's arrival. Shout out to any and all people trapped on this effing city's roadways and byways. Traffic has become more of an excuse than ever. Because, and I've bitched about this how many times as Rudy sits down. Hello, good morning, sir. Hello. Yeah.
There he is.
You can't go anywhere.
It was an hour today. It's been hour. It's been better since school let out, but today I don't know what happened. I left at 8.
So I've had to do a lot of business in town lately. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you've noticed. A lot of people probably have, but I-10 heading into the city, both directions, they're doing work on Frio. And it creates a colossal ass whip lockdown every day. But you can't. That's everywhere. You cannot go anywhere without hitting construction. Nowhere.
Yeah, and this wasn't even construction. This is just bad San Antonio driving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't no wreck or anything. It was just one of those days. Because during school, when school was in, I had to leave like 7:30.
Yeah.
But since school has been out, I've been like, I've been getting here. So it just depends on the day, man.
Dude.
People were dragging today.
And I had to stop and get gas. So I left early on purpose.
Oh, you didn't get gas last night? That's the worst thing you can do is say I'll get gas in the morning.
I was lazy.
It's the worst thing you can do, but you still made it.
And I left early and still didn't get here till quarter to 9. So welcome. God dang it. It's Ass Whip Tuesday. I'll just call it Shitty Traffic Tuesday.
Another ass whip. What night was that we had that awful storm? Was that Sunday night? Yeah, because we barely beat it when we did our show. I had my windows cracked, didn't even realize it. So my truck is still thawing out.
I don't leave my windows cracked because I fear crime.
Oh, I do too, but in most cases, I'd rather my door be unlocked than having to replace the window.
You leave it cracked because of the heat.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it stormed and my car is still soaked.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Your seats got soaked?
Yes.
Like the panel on the inside of the door and everything? Damn, man.
Everything. Because it was going side. That was a bad. I don't know how it was for y'all, but out there for Tranco. Oh, out there for Tranco.
I saw the lightning up by you, though.
Yeah, I thought my kid's trampoline was going to go flying over the fence.
Damn.
Yeah, it was one of those storms.
Damn.
Anywho.
Yeah. Well, welcome.
We're here now.
Here we are. We're here now, damn
Gosh darn it.
We're here, gosh dang, ding, dong, ding it. So what's whipping everybody's ass outside of the traffic, which is the obvious one? So get your asses in here now.
Yeah.
And let us know what's whipping your ass this morning and why. You can jump onto the chat. That's the best way to talk to us while we're actually doing this show, because we have offered for weeks and months now the ability for you to talk to us in real time as we do this show. Please subscribe. Please share. Tell your buddies about In the Building. And
there it is.
Subscriptions are absolutely gratis, i.e. free. All right. Anything else besides the obvious traffic and your soaked car? Want to get off your chest before we get rolling here?
No, I think that's it, man. That was a rough a rough trek in today. Thank you, Drew. Show $5. If you're late, bring donuts. That was a rule in snowy places. I've worked with fellow snobs. Donut or tacos, barbacoa on Sunday on occasion. Yeah, thanks for the $5, Drew. Yeah. Didn't have time to bring. That's the worst. Like, again, if you work at a, whatever, Citibank, Chase, yeah, you do that. But it looks crazy to come into a radio show late with coffee and donuts.
Well, you're going to be later if you stop and get freaking food. That's dumb. Drew, show I love you, but that makes you more late.
Yeah.
Get your ass to work.
Again, if it's Chase, I get it. Not for a live talk show.
Oh, yeah, like in a big corporate office somewhere.
Of course. Then you're like,
people.
Sorry. Yeah, no, this is totally different.
Everybody's miserable as fuck anyway. Oops. Violated the F-bomb
Man,
rule.
you about $6 in.
Everybody is miserable working inside the Chase headquarters building anyway. Probably corporate hacking.
Hey, I did my 10 years at Nationwide, so I can talk shit.
So was that like a cubicle situation?
Yes,
a big room full of people talking on the phone.
Depressed.
Oh, God.
I had a kid. I had no choice.
Jesus, dude.
So my buddies are bouncing job to job. Yeah, man, I quit that job. I had a kid. I was like, I got to stay. I got insurance. They pay me every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What do you want me to? I get some paid time off.
2 weeks.
10 years at a call center. 10.
And so I'm picturing the generic scene like from Office Space, where it's just this real homogenized office room. There's cubicles everywhere, and y'all are all just bunkered in there. Ugh.
This is Rudy Johnson. How may I help you?
Drinking terrible coffee.
Listening to Jim Rome. When Rome was good.
Oh, yeah.
That was when Rome was
Back
good.
in the 90s.
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s.
Making colossally ass-whippy small talk with idiots at the coffee maker and shit.
Telling you good. Don't talk to me before 10.
Yeah, man.
Before 10, don't talk to me. After 10, whatever.
Good morning, my neighbor! LG did IT, I think, for the longest time.
He worked for Apple.
And he loved it so. He misses it.
Yeah.
Did you have the same scene as him? Cubicle area shit?
I think he worked from home.
I work from home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's at least you got to work.
I've worked that scene before.
Oh,
I used to do an inventory team for hospitals, and we were cubicles.
Inventory team for hospitals.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was brutal.
Apple is probably the worst job I've ever had, though.
Corporations, I think, have tried to make it less ass whippy. Try to trick your mind into caring about the job, like removing the cubicles and everybody's in open spaces. You can stand at your desk now, all that kind of shit.
I remember when we were in the iHeart building, they had the mandatory go walk because they found out over time just being stuck in that cubicle is horrible for your health. Because I would see all the people at iHeart walking around the building, and I'd be like, "What the hell are y'all doing?" Oh, they make us walk. Oh, okay.
I did the morning show on the ticket in the Austin station for 3 years, and of course, did you ever get a chance to go to the Austin station before they moved to a cheaper building?
No.
When iHeart spent money on this cluster of radio stations in this part of the state?
No.
They had this beautiful station right there by the Penn. It's right off, it's
I don't know Austin.
South Congress and Ben
I just
White.
know Austin,
South Congress and
straight
Ben
up
White.
35. That's all I know.
South Congress out of downtown. Right as it gets to the loop, right there at the corner was a real beautiful building. It was all solar paneled. It had massive open windows so you can see outside.
It was a former airplane hangar.
Exactly.
Oh, got you.
And it was really cool and very hip. And all those millennial kids in there doing computer work.
Whatever.
All of the desks, you had to stand. You had to stand. I guess if you had a disability or whatever, you can request an offshoot office somewhere. But most of those kids stood there all day doing things that I don't know what the hell they were doing. And I thought that's a lot better than the old school, just bunkered down, hidden,
getting carpal tunnel.
Beating, man. Shout out to all people who work in a cubicle.
Shout out to y'all.
Bust their ass, And all I can say is, and we're so lucky you and I have gotten to do this crap for a living, and we're lucky. And I've tried to tell my kids, and I think you and I talked about this the other day, there is a theory that has prevailed in recent years.
What's that?
Because no one's got any money unless you're in the top 20% of the country. And inflation and shit, low pay, find out what it is you're good at and do that rather than chasing passions.
I think everybody's on that path, but it's tough to get there.
Right.
You got to keep that job while you work toward what you love.
Well, you can see, here's the thing, though. It's about money. Do what you're good at, even if it's a cubicle. If they're paying you well, it's not about this job, It's about what the job provides. And that's hard to tell people because we're all told, chase your dreams, little Johnny.
Or unless you just scale back your life so you can do what you love.
I'm going to support you getting a $185,000 tuition college degree so you can make $18,000 a year as a painter. Don't do that.
No.
Don't put yourself into a lifetime of debt. You always talk about generational wealth. Most people are in generational poverty.
Right.
And the cycle to get out of it's find a shitty job, even if it's cubicled. Do that. I'm kind of in that ballpark myself these days. I'm willing to do whatever it takes right now until this show gets where it needs to go. Yeah, man.
Yeah, 04 to 08.
I've thought about it a lot.
From 04 to 08, I was at Nationwide and doing sports grind because I wasn't getting paid. I didn't get paid the first 4 years. So the first 4 years of sports grind, I was doing it for free. We weren't like, weekly just yet. But, yeah, I had to do that shit for free until I was able to make it my living.
Dude. Anyway, I didn't mean to get up on that. It's just,
no, that's cool.
It's a tough world, and you got to make it, man. You got to do what you're good at, and hopefully you'll at least like it a little bit. And if you don't, cool, try to get something else. But bog down, do your job, the one you've agreed to do, even if it's shitty, and cash those people's checks until you can figure out something else. Who just gave 34 coffees?
Gabriel.
What's up, Gabriel?
34 coffees.
Thank you, man.
It says y'all are the best thing on the internet. And by the way, what the fuck is the internet?
Gabriel, coffee cheers to you, sir. Thank you very, very, very much. 34 coffees. That's 2 shows in a row now with 34 coffees.
Yeah, I know. That's badass.
Let's get that one a day. Once a day, someone buys 34 coffees.
One person buys 34 coffees a day. And see, put some more things in my cup here.
Who's that on your coffee mug? Who is
Thom
that?
Brenneman.
Who?
When he called Kansas City the F capital of the world. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Him. Did you see that? You saw that, right?
Yeah.
And you saw him basically get fired on the air.
He pretty much put his 2 weeks in on the air.
This has got the quote while Castellano. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith, as there's a drive into deep left field by Castellanos, and that'll be a home run, and so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. Pause. I don't know if I'm going to put on this headset again.
A man of faith.
Did he?
What a scene that was. God. So we have a cup to commemorate. That's the greatest moment that I've seen in broadcasting in 20 years.
Damn.
Stupid bastard. Anyway, all right, what's going on, man? What's in the sport? Dan Hurley chose happiness.
If we want to start here?
He chose happiness. Yeah, because I'll forget if we don't start here.
Did he choose happiness?
That?
Did he choose happiness?
Or did he get lowballed?
Well, it was what, 4 years, 70?
That's nothing to coach the Lakers. The Lakers
That's
coach
$11 million a year.
The Lakers coach ought to make a minimum.
Whatever it was, 6 years, $70 million.
If you are the coach of the Lakers, you should be making
$70 million.
minimum 15 a year. Minimum. It's the Lakers, man.
Did he choose happiness or did he not want to work with LeBron?
That's part of it.
I think he did his due diligence, called
and you
around.
call out LeBron. See, there you go. I knew you would. It's not just about him.
I'm just saying, like,
you ain't winning
would
there.
you want to coach it? I would have took the gig. I would have took the gig.
I would take the challenge.
Because I still think that's going to be $6 million more than what he's making at you. I don't know what he's making at UConn.
He's going to get a massive raise.
He's about to get a raise.
By the end of the day.
Do you really want to? Not LA ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? You're a middle-aged man. Do you want to live in LA?
He's a East Coast guy. He's lived in the East Coast all of his life.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm shocked. I was dead wrong. I thought there was a no-brainer. He takes that gig, and
well,
just because he can always go. Is $11 million a year lowball
for the Lakers job? Mm-hmm. I bet he's making 8 before the end of the day at UConn.
And happy. And he's got more money already than he's ever going to spend.
And still gets to coach the way he wants on that level. That was a total lowball move by the Lakers. And it's not the first time they've lowballed people. Ty Lue got lowballed, and he told them to go F themselves. Ty Lue's making $14 million a year with the Clippers.
Damn.
And you offer Dan Hurley 11? Get the hell out of here with that.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Hurley's mental health probably had something to do with this. And it's not just LeBron. It's also just but that's part of it. That the whole Showtime Lakers shit. Not everybody wants to deal with that.
No. And not only that, most times you might make it 2 years.
Maybe. And then where's your reputation? And you're no longer at your dream school, UConn.
and they're going to make you coach his son
See,
because they're going to draft. They're going to draft Bronny.
Here is an example, boys and girls, of doing
Stop
what
it,
you love
Guillermo.
and making a lot of money. Dan Hurley has the luxury of doing what he loves, and he's rich enough where he can turn down the Lakers. I've said this before, though. I don't know that Hurley turns down the Bulls or even the Knicks. He turned down the Lakers. The Lakers and LeBron's that whole circus that comes with LeBron. They
It's
are
tough.
more
It's
and
a
more.
tough gig.
Who have I compared the Lakers to? The Cowboys. The Lakers are more and more like the Cowboys of the NBA.
For sure.
All that hype, and what do they ever do? Now, they did win the bubble title.
Mickey Mouse ring.
What is it I saw this morning where they have only finished higher than 7th in the West once in the last 12 years? They're a spare franchise. They just have that logo. But production-wise, the Lakers are the Cowboys. All that hype, and they've realized that logo ain't going to win us a title. We actually have to put some people in those unis. And by the way, if I'm LeBron, we're going to go chase Dan Hurley? Are we sure that's the best that we can do as the Lakers?
I think so.
And he said no.
I don't know what's a better option.
You buy somebody out. But see, that's that Laker arrogance. They're humbled. They get told no by college coaches. They haven't finished higher than 7th in the West in 12 years. If they didn't have that logo on the shirt, who are they? They're the, Cleveland Cavaliers. They're the Cleveland Cavaliers with Los Angeles Lakers jerseys on, although the Cavaliers went further than they did this year.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I cannot lie. I'm shocked. I was like, oh, yeah, that's it. Now I guess you go get J.J. Redick.
I guess. And here's the other thing, Dan, and you mentioned LeBron. Dan Hurley, just to defend my guy LeBron against you haters.
I'm not. You ain't got to defend
If
him.
LeBron were not 39 years old, Dan might take the job. LeBron's 39. How long is he going to have LeBron? They got no
Another
money.
2 years, maybe.
They're going to suck for a while. Well, if LeBron retires or goes somewhere else, they are probably going to suck here for a hot minute.
That's fair, especially if they end up trading AD, which it seems like they are.
And here's the catch. Like, the catch-22 they're in is this. If LeBron retires, they're going to suck without him. But if he stays, they got no money to spend because he's $59 million against their cap.
Damn.
So they're LeBron if they do and LeBron if they don't. I'll be LeBron. And he said, no, I'm going to go ahead and stick with these college kids at UConn and kick ass every year. I bet he jumps to the league at some point, though. College basketball's on the way down. We've talked about this, too. If it weren't for the tournament, no one would give two shits
certain
about
schools,
college.
for the big boys, I mean, we saw Kentucky, decide to go another direction.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some schools where you go there and you know you're going to be there 2-3 years, and that's why UConn has been successful.
Yep.
Because they're getting McDonald All-Americans, a la Stephon Castle, but for the most part, you're going to end up being there a little bit. You're not too many one and dones are coming through UConn.
Right. Hang on, I'm looking at coaches' salaries. Monty Williams makes 13 in Detroit. Dan Hurley's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm taking 11 to coach
Very
the
true.
Lakers.
Very true.
What's Steve Kerr makes? What's Pop make? 18? Pop's way up there. Let's see. Steve Kerr's salary 2023. Kerr signed a 2-year, $35 million deal. Kerr's making 17. They offer 11 to Dan Hurley. Get the hell out of here. Not that Dan Hurley's Steve Kerr, but that's the Lakers.
Damn, Steve
Minimum
Kerr's
15.
making 17?
Kerr makes 17. Monty's making 13. Coach Bud's probably in the teens in Phoenix. They lowballed him. The Los Angeles Lakers lowballed a college coach. That's stupid. That's Dallas Cowboys shit. Trying to logo their way to the title. And it don't work that way. Not in these times. Anyway, what else, man? What's going on? I just wanted to get that off my chest.
No, man, what you got going on?
I'm good. Everybody's commenting on jobs and traffic.
Jobs and traffic?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. My buddy Raul's in here. Right there with you on doing what you love as a hobby. I'm 51, got laid off 2 years ago. It took me 18 months to find a full-time job. I don't like it. I don't want to say what it is, but I'm grateful to have it because after 18 months of part-time living, I'm super grateful. I can do the things I like to do on the weekends. That's a grown-ass man, though. He's 51 years old. He's mature.
Right.
Tell that to a 22-year-old. No, I want to be a writer. Fine, write. Be a writer. You better get your ass to Sam's Club or Costco and earn that money as a cashier while you're writing on the side.
You got to supplement that income.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of.
I relate to that guy, Raul.
Me too.
Rudy, I have not had a full-time job since last June. And it ain't for lack of trying.
And I don't even, is that considered a full-time job?
Well, what I had before, I got paid full-time.
Oh, you paid full-time.
Why you go? What are you busting my chops?
I'm
for?
not busting your chops.
Yes, that was a full-time. I literally carried a radio station.
You did.
For years.
But when I consider full-time, I consider 8 hours.
I felt like Donovan Mitchell with the Utah Jazz.
8
Man,
to
I'm
10
averaging
hours.
35 a game, and we only won 41 games.
Well, if you put in prep and travel, it's like a 6-hour gig. Because you were doing, what, 4 hours?
I was also solo.
Yeah.
The prep never stopped. My whole life was that show. Doesn't matter. I had benefits.
At 401.
I had a 401k. And I have been looking for a full-time job since last June.
You have one right here in the building.
This one, yes. I dedicate full-time brain power to this job, but it don't pay full-time wages, and we don't have any benefits just yet. We're a startup company.
Right.
And I need something though I have kids. I got kids to feed. I got child support to pay.
I got 4 kids to feed.
And
the big CS word.
I've had several part-time jobs. I'm grateful. I'm working for my buddy at the trucking company.
Right.
I've got the missions gig, which I'm grateful for, but they're not full-time jobs. And I have had, and that's not for lack of trying, I have realized a couple of things. I have had to learn how to look for a full-time job because I've only had full-time jobs. 1, 2. I've had 4 full-time jobs, and I'll be 50. It's pretty good.
I've only had 2.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
2 nationwide and radio.
I was at iHeart for 16 years almost. I was at ESPN for almost 7. I was at Sam's Club for 5 before that. And I was at USA Radio Network for 5 years before that.
What the hell is USA Radio Network?
It sounds my first radio gig was called
NPR.
It was actually what we did was we provided sports updates and newscasts for mostly Christian affiliates, which is ironic because it was me. Not that I'm an atheist. And the Armed Forces Radio Network.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Based out
A
of
man
Dallas.
of faith.
My first job was a network radio doing
Armed
updates.
Force.
Yeah. Tonight's Game 3 of the NBA Finals is the Boston Celtics play the Mavericks in Dallas up to that kind of stuff. There's still 60-second tickers.
Got you.
Kind of shit.
Thank you, Drew. Show $10. Blow hard, pretty boy, niche ex-NBA player like J.J. Redick get offered $100 by the Lakers. That's like Pat McAfee getting paid $100 million to coach the Cowboys. No, that's a little different.
Give J.J. some more respect.
He's a point
than
guard.
that.
Point guards make good coaches. NBA coaches.
Kickers make good talkers, I guess.
And you can call people white female dogs and not get canned.
Yeah.
Biatch.
The kickers have made a lot of news lately with Harrison Butker and Pat
I heard
McAfee.
Butker saved somebody's life at practice at one of the OTAs like last week.
I'm not surprised. He'll get to act all fake humble. Oh, God put me in a spot
Don't
to
do
save
that.
someone.
Don't-
That was
man of
God.
faith.
It's God working through me.
Yeah, well,
He wouldn't have saved it though had it
bless
been
you, I guess.
He wouldn't have saved it had it been a working woman with no kids and no husband. You're an abomination. Let her die.
Why are y'all mad at the NBA time off in between games? Don't you want these guys to be fresh? And it's always that way.
Who wrote that?
Game 3 isn't until tomorrow.
That's fine.
Keto jar.
Oh, did I say? Oh, is that tomorrow night?
Yeah, not till tomorrow night.
Quote. I even wrote this down.
What?
Nina asked me last night,
What
is there a
happened?
finals game tonight? Because we were winding down, and we're getting ready to watch TV and go to sleep. She's like, do you want to watch basketball? I go, it's not tonight. It's tonight. Game 3 is tonight, 7:30. And I said, they don't play tonight. She's like, what? Again? They're off? Yeah. She asked me, why?
No, Game 3's tomorrow.
You sure? Okay. See,
Promise
golly,
you.
2 full days. She asked me, why do they take so many days off in between games in the playoffs?
And you didn't have a good answer, did you?
I had 2 great answers.
What'd you say?
A, they're pizzas, and B, they wear shorts in that league. What do you expect?
Wait, is today Tuesday or Wednesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, they play tomorrow. My days be screwed up, dude.
I thought the rest would help Luka. It didn't. He's only one doing everything, but
They're going home. But at least
tired.
it's not the 2-3-2 format anymore. It's 2-2-1-1-1.
The Mavericks have been an ass whip. There's an ass whip today. Not that I give a shit about the Mavericks. If Dallas does not win tomorrow night,
then
this is going to
over.
be a sweep. And it's going to go down as probably the least memorable finals of my lifetime. In 1 week, the entire country will forget about this because Dallas is non-competitive. And Boston's got what you call boring stars.
I think the 99 to 03 finals, where it was either the Spurs or Lakers, those are forgettable because the East just sucked. Until the Detroit Pistons 04 came along, beat the Gary Payton, Karl Malone, travel back and forth from court to the finals, Lakers. That's when the East, and then 05, the Spurs had their classic series with the Pistons. But 99 to 03 was off. Like once the Lakers or the Spurs got to the finals, you knew there was no reason to watch. Like you don't remember the Spurs and Nets. It was trash.
I remember,
it was awful.
I remember Dick Jefferson playing for those Nets. Didn't Jason Kidd play point guard for that Net team?
Like we remember the Knicks.
We remember it.
We
fondly.
remember the Spurs Knicks 99 because it was our first. But nobody in the country can off the top of their head 99 finals. You're like, oh, Spurs beat Latrell Sprewell 4-1.
Right.
Nobody
to the outside. Around here we can tell.
Yeah, around here we remember.
And when the Lakers went to the finals, at least it was the Lakers were the Lakers then. They weren't posers wearing that uniform.
And if not for,
and you had stars, at least you had that. Now you got. How many people would recognize Jaylen Brown if you walked into their store and bought beer?
6'8" black guy walks in, you think he does something.
Well, that's a stereotype, but you don't know who he is or where.
No.
He's a basketball player.
Right.
Can't tell you his name or who he plays for. He's a world champion.
For sure. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, true or false? Admit this.
All right.
You see a tall, black, athletic man in public. You're trying to wonder, who's he playing for?
I stare at him. I gaze at him a little
You're trying to
longer.
wonder who he plays for.
I'm trying to see if he played for somebody.
Okay, good. So don't put that on white people.
I know he either played overseas
tall black
or
man.
had a cup of coffee in the NBA.
Everybody thinks, he must have played somewhere.
Yes. If you're above 6'6", who do you play for?
If you're above 6'6" and you're a black man and you didn't play pro ball, you a disgrace to your race. Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're about to say.
No. But yeah, you are.
Oh, dang.
I mean, what God gave you that. Use it.
Let's just get this shit over with. Hopefully Dallas won't show up tomorrow night and Boston will run them off the floor.
Why are you ready for this to be over?
Because I'm ready for the Spurs offseason, which I'm super hyped for.
Spurs.
I am ready for the San Antonio Spurs to get into the summer and get on with getting this thing better around Victor Wembanyama.
Okay.
That's what I'm excited for. Get this shit over. Let's get on to things that matter around here, and let's get on with it. Let's get on with the order of business, and that is getting to the draft, getting into free agency, and seeing what this thing can be by opening day, and working our way up. Because it's not going to be, like you said, the meat ain't going to be cooked on opening day, but we have an opportunity to see the searing process start.
I like that.
Meat's going to get cooked some more over
I like
the summer.
that. I like that.
It's summer searing season.
Nice touch.
Thank you. I have no idea. All you told me is that the draft is terrible and hardly anybody's worth the shit. That's all right. The Spurs all get paid double digits of millions of dollars to figure it out in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Have you even looked at it?
I have. Today I decided
Can you
to.
Mel Kiper the draft
No,
right now?
I can't. I can't tell you anything about most of these guys because the first two picks from what I'm looking at going to be overseas cats. But the only thing I give a shit about is 4 and 8. Why? Because those are the Spurs picks. Now, if they decide to stay in those spots, I was looking at a mock today on USA Today.
Yeah.
By something named Jeff Zilgett and Scooby Axon. So anybody with the name Scooby, I'll pay attention. You hooped a little bit if your name is Scooby, and that's what you work for USA Today, and they let you go with Scooby. I'll rock with you.
Okay.
But the Spurs in this mock, they have them taking the freshman, McDonald's All-American from UConn.
Okay.
At number 4, 6'6", can play the point guard, which is what they need, Stephon Castle.
Okay.
Stephon Castle at 4.
I trust that.
And then somebody to make Wemby feel at home at 8 with Tidjane Saloon from Cholet, France, 6'9", 18 years old.
Let me see that. You're making stuff up now.
I'm not.
Okay. You're making. I need proof.
I'm not. Pronounce it.
Tidjane.
Tidjane.
Can't be Tidjane.
Tidjane.
So last night I was the NHL finals are going on, and I can't name a Florida Panther. I think it was,
They're up though.
somebody asked me. I know who's the goaltender Florida Panthers? You can't even name him. Oh yeah,
Old time hockey?
Yevgeny, my balls itch.
I think there's a pitcher in the College World Series. His last name's Titsworth.
Oh
seen
yeah, I've
that?
heard that name before.
Titsworth.
Yeah,
We're
I got a
two-
jersey with my balls itch on it, but spell it with like Z-I-C-H. It's just foreigners, man. Don't blame me. These American kids can't hold their own in basketball anymore. It's all a bunch of foreigners now.
The Germans.
Tidjane Solon.
Tijan. It's Tijan. You're right.
Tidjane?
That sounds
I'm
more.
just guessing.
It ain't
Tidjane?
Tidjane, it's Tidjane. I would think-
Tidjane?
I would say Tijan.
Tidjane Salaoun from Cholet, France.
Yeah.
Ask me in 2
At
years.
8.
I have
Only
no-
18.
They've
Probably-
got us taking a Frenchman, of course.
But I like the number 4 pick with Stephon Castle,
All right.
6'6",
One of the-
19 years
Cool.
old. He was a McDonald's All-American, got a championship, come from a structured system
Yep.
from Hurley.
Yep.
I like the pick, especially at 6'6". He can give us the DeJounte Murray vibes.
I can only go on what
Yeah.
I'm told. All I know is I trust them. I'm excited for the offseason to get rolling. I'm going to support whatever it is they do. At least give it some time. I'm not going to be one of these, I wanted DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Who's this? I don't know who's Tajani
can't be that guy.
Kulabala. I'm going to let it play out.
I'd draft somebody from France. Make Wemby feel at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your guy. Mm-hmm. Make him feel at home. Go draft one of his buddies. Like, hey, man, they were besties. They grew up hooping together.
See.
They came through the circuit together. Mm-hmm. They can go to the little one French restaurant we have in San Antonio.
We got a couple. We've got 2 great goaltenders in the finals, by the way. That's been a better finals, even though it's 2-0 Florida. The
It's
NHL
been a better
finals.
final.
It's been great. Edmonton's playing better than
You
Dallas.
know what? You
is.
hockey people never amaze me.
No, Yevgeny, my
never
balls
cease
itch.
to amaze me.
But
And
he's-
come playoff time, hockey guys telling everybody how much we're missing these great games.
He's out playing the Oilers goaltender, Suck-on-ya Johnson.
Who's in the finals? What 2 teams are in the finals in the
Nothing.
NHL?
I'm being stupid.
I know.
I'm just trying to get.
Hey, but speaking of the finals,
Edmonton in Florida.
How do you feel about watching Derek White possibly win a ring?
I'm indifferent. He didn't play here long enough for me to fall in love with him. And when he was here, we were not. He was here for the fall, and he's a footnote in Spurs history. He's a guy that we had to get out of here in order to get terrible and hit rock bottom and have a chance to get big.
Right.
That's his footnote in history. Didn't have much. I liked him. I thought he was good. I thought with the Spurs coaches and developmental people and his talent, this kid could be the point guard here for 10 years. But it became clear that they needed to go all the way to rock bottom. And that meant letting him
Derek
go.
White,
Good for him.
DeJounte, everybody get out. Get your shine box.
Yeah. All right, let's get some punches in. It is in the building. We're doing members only today, too, are we not?
I would hope so.
Yeah. We got members coming up at 10:30, but right now it's the live show, and it's time for People I Want to Punch, presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kill. Who we punch?
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Always.
All right.
I went first the last time.
You did?
Yeah, it's your turn. We alternate.
All right. I want to punch all men.
Oh, hell. Here we go. Me too, Mike.
What do you mean? I'm punching dudes
I know. You about to be? Are you about to go feminist on me?
who have volunteered to participate in male birth control.
What's wrong with that?
Isn't that the woman's job? She's supposed to be the one that takes care of that.
You're on male birth control. You let them snip your thingy. That's birth control.
I'm kidding. But I want to know, would you volunteer to have some cream put on your shoulder just to see if it works?
Would I be a guinea pig? Are they paying me? Are they paying people for
They
to be
are a
test
little
them?
bit, and here's the catch: you have to be with the same woman over a 2-year span at least. So hopefully, if you're married, she's fertile, and they want you to not use any protection other than this cream.
Now, what if she gets pregnant? What happens?
Then the cream don't work. But you have to be willing to take that risk. So we've got early results on this too, and apparently it works. So let's ruminate on this for a minute. I ain't doing this shit. I don't, man. I need to let me see how the testing goes. Like I could not do it. I'd be scared it'd make me infertile or some shit. So there's this clear gel that they rub on your shoulder.
Okay.
They say it feels like hand sanitizer. Right?
Okay.
Now it's still in the trial phase, and it hadn't even been approved by the FDA yet, if that matters to people. Well, you can't buy it over the counter until that happens. So they have a trial going on. 222 dudes have signed up to do this. You have to be in a monogamous relationship. You have to be between 18 and 50. It's about a teaspoon of this oil that you have to rub on your shoulders once a day. Mm-hmm. And they say it feels like hand sanitizer, and it's actually working faster than expected. What it does is it suppresses the sperm. Sperm lives don't matter, apparently. They get suppressed.
Suppresses
it's a synthetic hormone called progestin.
That's the first time I've heard suppressed the sperm.
You're familiar with the vaginal ring that women use, right? Some women put a little ring thing up in there.
I'm familiar with the IUD. I don't know about, is that the same thing?
Isn't that what they blow up people on the side of the road with in Iraq?
No.
Oh, it's IUD. That's IED. No,
that's IED.
What'd you say?
IUD.
IUD. Okay.
My wife had that for a while after our first child.
It's a thing you put in there.
Yes.
Stay up there?
Yeah.
That's weird. The things we ask women to do, man. I'm kidding about my punch. I don't have any problem. Men should participate in protection too.
Yeah, it's called pull out.
So no, that's not a good. No, that don't work. Believe me. So progestin is this synthetic hormone. That's what's on the vaginal ring.
Okay.
Now they've made it in cream form.
I do it. If
I'm a woman, I want my man doing the cream. I don't want to stick foreign objects up in me.
Yeah.
So punch all men who wouldn't do this because they're scared. I'm just kidding. Punch if you won't participate in this. I don't have to. Me and my baby, I'm in a monogamous relationship, and neither one of us can have kids. So we get it.
So she's burned and yours clipped.
Yeah.
Because they burned the tubes
I Castellanos that thing every time. And pull out. Get the fuck out of here. I'm 50, 49 years old. I ain't pulling out shit. I'm just being honest. If I have to pull out, I'm out on the relationship. I'm gonna get me a bumper sticker. No pull out. I'm serious. I'm 49. I want to enjoy the whole thing.
Yeah, you should.
Thank you.
I got to punch.
For the record, I'm punching men that are too scared to do it. I was kidding.
Right. I had a punch, but I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna punch LG.
Oh.
And everybody else. Again, I'm putting this guy that makes this aside. He might be a douchebag. He might be an a-hole. He might be an idiot. But I'm just putting him aside, and I'm just talking about his product. Punch anybody that doesn't like the Tesla truck. I love the Tesla truck. The Tesla truck is awesome. LG comes in the comments talking about the Tesla truck is trash. Who else said it was trash? The Drew Show says the Tesla truck is trash. I've heard a lot of people saying this truck is awful. The Tesla truck is fire. It's innovative. It's cool looking. The top opens. It's supposed to be bulletproof. It's supposed to be. I love the Tesla truck. I can't afford one. I'm not going to get one. But what, are you looking at it?
Mm-hmm.
What, so do I need to punch you too?
There was 100% recall on all of them because the accelerator would just slam down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold
that's
up,
a
LG.
problem.
100% recall.
LG, is that the first car that's been recalled? Come on,
That's
bro.
the first one I've heard of that was a 100% recall for something that can kill you. Yes.
It looks like
Every car gets recalled, but not 100% for something that big.
From the looks of the chat and the Mike's face, It looks like I'm on my own.
Okay, I didn't know about the accelerator.
I didn't
issue.
either.
It's ugly, man.
You don't like it?
ugly.
No, I think it's ugly. It looks like a space rover, and I think a man that
There's a
buys
waiting
that,
list for them.
I know because that
People love them.
right because
I love 'em.
It's a trend.
This
It's
is
like
a
a
trend.
trophy truck.
It is a trend.
It's
For
to flaunt your money.
yeah. Everybody
Well,
went
I
out and bought Hummers in the early 2000s.
and that was a bad
same
investment.
shit all over.
That was a
again.
bad investment.
It was
once gas
terrible
went up.
looking, but it made it looks like a manly thing.
Well, but you can
It's like a
flaunt your
space
cash.
rover.
You can flaunt your cash with other cars. It doesn't have. I mean, Range Rovers cost just as much as a Tesla.
Have you seen the ridiculous instructions on how to wash the thing too? You can't
No.
just wash it.
What do you mean?
It's made out of raw stainless steel. You have to like polish that shit. You have to get special
Now, I did
chemicals. Like it's a pain in the ass. They're selling a $3,000 cover for it though, so you can keep it clean.
Yeah, I'd have to keep that in the garage. I'd have to go ahead and call like 1-800-JUNK and get my garage cleaned out. I'd definitely have to park it in the garage.
Rudy likes abstract looking vehicles.
I like.
You're a
I
slingshot
love-
man.
I love that slingshot. If I
Did
had
you
the
like
money,
Hummers when they were all the
I
rage
loved
back in the late
Hummer. I
90s and
loved
early
the Hummer.
2000s?
Love the Hummer,
So
and I love Hummers.
I thought they were cool too. 20-something-year-old Taylor thought the Hummer was cool. But as I began to look back at that over
Right.
the years, I thought, no, I was just being a douche. Because it was like LG said, it became a trendy thing.
Right.
Oh, I feel like a real man riding around my Hummer, bro. How many guys are cruising down fucking I-10 pretending that they're in Fallujah, in that thing? Get the fuck out of here.
Now
That
I like
don't make you a man.
I like the original Hummer. That who made it popular,
Was
right?
it $80 in gas to
Yeah.
fill the thing? Who made it popular?
Schwarzenegger. He was driving like the original one that they had.
He had a military
Yeah,
issued
that one was
Humvee.
Humvee,
Yeah.
right?
It's
And
the,
then they go
H-
make
the
that-
H1.
Yeah,
That one's
they go make
fire.
this boxy ass looking Hummer for the street.
Yes. Now that's the thing. You can polish this thing, but the thing that I've seen with the polish, it almost makes it look invisible. So yeah, there's some flaws to it.
So I'm doing Cowboys post game show one time. No bullshit.
Okay.
And I had pregame and postgame on the old station. So I got the pregame show. It's me and Tony Casillas, former Cowboys great,
Oh, you great.
Oklahoma great, the pride of Tulsa. What's up, Tony? And I don't know why. So somehow in the pregame, Hummers came up, and I gave a take. I gave a take that I thought, I think they look cool. I admit though, it's kind of douchey. And like the D-bag in me kind of likes them because it makes me feel like my pecker's longer.
Right.
So I went on this stupid anti-Hummer rant for like a minute. So blah, blah, blah. Pregame's over. The game's about to start. We go to halftime. Me and Tony are just in the studio watching the
where
game
this is
because we have
going.
post-game going. Tony's like, hey, dude, you want to run to the store? I'm going to grab some snacks.
see where this
All right,
is
cool.
going.
We go down to the parking garage and get in Tony Casillas' brand new Hummer.
What did he say when y'all got in?
He just looked at me. Well, you like my? He goes, "What do you think about my car, Taylor?" I go, "Well, they're just not for everybody. I mean, it's Tony Casillas,
I knew where that was
I
going.
don't weigh one of his legs.
Of course he
not
had
that he was
one.
going to beat me. He didn't give a shit. He thought it was funny, but that was pretty embarrassing. But
I
I
love that
stood
Hummer.
by it. It's just not. It's not my cup. This Tesla truck's awful.
So
It
what's
looks
y'all's
awful
okay?
to
So
me.
what's y'all's dream car? Even though y'all aren't car people,
I really
you hit the
do
lotto.
like.
What's your dream car? Mike, LG, what's your dream car?
I like old school Land Rovers.
Oh,
do.
the old school one.
I like older ones.
I like that one too.
Yeah, they've kind of made them
I
look
wouldn't
too
mind
fancy.
having me an old school like Cutlass or something, drop top Cutlass. I wouldn't
Oh.
mind. I wouldn't mind having an old school like a toy.
Yeah, if I just had a toy. See, I also love 70s muscle cars.
Oh yes,
Love 'em.
American Muscle.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love old school
Like the
70s.
Stingrays, those
I love
were fire,
Stingrays.
right.
I love old school Camaros. I like.
I got a thing
I like
for the Elko.
I like El Caminos.
I like the Elko.
I do too,
I got a
man.
thing for the
really
Elko,
nice one with a
right.
cool paint job. I like El Caminos. I like old Buicks with the big rum, rum motors and shit.
with real metal, not that
Yes.
plastic shit that you hit and it just tears to
right.
pieces.
Got the big steering wheel with the little sticks
With
on
the
the
stick on
wheel.
the side.
Yes, sir. I love that shit.
Yeah.
And I like Land Rovers.
Interesting.
I do. Like
Their maintenance is a pain in the ass, but it's a
I have
classic.
no doubt. I have no doubt. That's my
ULG?
favorite kind of car.
I don't know.
He's not a car guy.
Yeah, I'd probably cruise like an 80s Toyota Land Cruiser.
See, you know which Land Cruiser I like, LG? The ones that used to be when hip hop videos first started getting big, and they all seemed like they had the Land Cruisers, or the MPVs. I like the Land Cruiser.
I think the rappers started liking Land Rovers because Rover rhymes with a lot of shit, and you can put it in a song.
I like the Land Cruiser though.
Yeah,
now
I like
think
them
it's
too.
the Sequoia. I think it's the Toyota Sequoia kind of vibe. But yeah,
91 Land
I
Cruiser.
would do a Toyota Land Cruiser, or I'd import something from another country.
like a Speed Demon car.
Nah,
okay.
like different trucks that we don't have available here.
Oh,
Like that
gotcha.
Toyota Helix, pretty badass. We don't got it here though because
No.
of stupid laws.
Dumbasses. All right, you punching anybody today?
I want to punch the U.S. government for not allowing these foreign vehicles to come over here.
There it is.
No, there's a couple that I've seen in I think Japan. I don't remember, but there's a couple of cars that are in Japan that are so cool that again we just won't allow them over here for whatever.
Toyota have released a truck. It's just a bare bones skeleton truck, and I think it's going for like $15,000 total. But they can't sell it here because of deals that have been made with car companies. They can't have that price that low, so it's not available in the U.S.
Now that's some BS.
There's a lot of American companies that have some really cool products that are not allowed to be here, but they're overseas. Being made by, he went to Canada and came back with candy you and I've never had, made by Nestle,
Yeah.
an American staple corporate company.
And I thought about us the other day. One of my favorite pods, it's a money pod. And he talked about when he had pineapple in another country. And he was like, this is not, what the hell is wrong with this pineapple? But little did he know, it hadn't been
Juiced up?
Yeah, it hadn't been juiced up. And he was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to taste like. It's not supposed to taste like a piece of candy with all this juice and stuff in it. He was like, It was almost freaked him out. He was like, dude, this is a bad pineapple. No, actually, that's exactly what your pineapple is supposed to
You'll
taste.
notice the same thing with chicken in other countries. You get a chicken leg. You're like, why is this chicken leg so small? There's not a lot of meat on it. Why are my breasts so small? Oh, wait, these chickens are free roaming. They don't got no steroids in them.
Right.
This is how it's supposed to be.
And unless you have your own garden in your fucking backyard, everything you eat is bullshit. Everything you eat's been messed with. That's just all there is to it because it's cheap. I sound like John Oliver, but it's cheap. All right, it is Orlando Kill. Divorce is not cheap. Not only can it be expensive monetarily, it can rip your guts out, screw up your mentality, all that shit. Divorce is hard, but it does not have to be as difficult if you have the right representation. And that is Orlando Kill. In the building's divorce lawyer is Orlando. Fine Texas Longhorn, but he serves all. He especially serves Thunderdome, and he really likes to work with fathers. Guys that are behind the eight ball in divorce sitches, call Orlando Kale. You don't have to go through something horrible like this without at least some good representation to make it as less painful as it has to be. That's where Orlando comes in. So whether it's father's rights, family lawyer, divorce, custody visitation stuff, enforcement, modifying a decree, making changes after the fact, it is Orlando Kell. Hit him up at 210-775-4995, or you can email Orlando directly at orlandokell.law@gmail.com. orlandokell.law@gmail.com.
Harley 210, thanks for the $2. And his dream car is the Grand National. I don't know what that is.
Grand National. That's an old school
Sounds
car.
like the old
It's
Grand Cherokee, like that was on National Lampoons. Is that the Grand National?
No, it's an old.
That's
older
the
than
family.
that. No,
That's
it's
the
an
family
old,
truckster,
No, it looks great.
sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here
sorry.
you go. That's a Grand National. It's a badass car.
Ooh, that's a badass car.
Yeah.
I like that car.
Yeah.
I like that car. I like those.
That's really cool.
Okay.
That's kind of old. It's a better looking Cutlass-ish kind of car.
Right.
Yeah. Here's an old school one there. Kind of boxy.
Fire.
Yeah, that's badass.
Fire. I like the original tires on there too.
Yeah, me too. Original tires.
Original everything.
I'm an original tires man, not a rims guy. Although, could you see me with like big ass spinning blades and shit?
Spinners.
Hey, Rudy.
Spinners
Let's go
have
to
been
Slackers,
gone.
bro.
Spinners been gone a while, Mike.
We don't do spinners.
No,
In
no.
Houston, they still have those big ass
They do
spikes that stick out. Those little spinning things.
Those are
Fofo.
ridiculous. They're
Those
made
you
out
still
of
have
they're made
those?
out of plastic too. By law, they have to be plastic and collapsible.
Right, because they're dangerous.
Matt
Yeah,
just
they're
talked
fake.
about it. Somebody put them on a Tesla truck in Houston. You didn't
The
see
spin
it?
Of
thing.
course they did.
The Fofos? Yeah.
But we don't have the spinning thing around the rim anymore.
No.
But we have the big thing that sticks out.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
They're Vogues, aren't they?
Vogues?
I know.
Swangers.
Swangers?
Swangers.
I would
You don't
pimp,
have to go
I would
Oz.
pimp a 6'4" Impala.
I don't want to
on-
insult
Yes.
anybody.
See,
What?
you
On
go
Dayton's.
6'4" Impala on Dayton's.
I'd do
I don't want
I'd either do a
Dayton.
6'4" Impala, lowrider, Dayton's with switches, or it'd
Right.
have to be 100% original stuff.
Who doesn't?
Give me
Who
the
gets
original.
who gets a 6'4" and doesn't put Dayton's on it?
Me, this guy. Factory issued, man.
I could do factory, or I could do full lowrider.
No in between.
Yeah, it's got to be one or the other.
Brad, it's not swangers, it's swangers.
Swangers.
There you go.
Swangers.
Elbows,
Swangers.
swangers, fofos. I'm tipping. Wood
They
grain.
see me
I'm-
hailing, they swinging. I don't
know
know.
what?
I shouldn't try that.
Yeah, let's leave that alone. I
Hey.
hated that song. by the way.
Hey,
Riding Dirty is the stupidest song ever.
when I mean I'm not a rim guy, I'm talking about vehicles.
Yeah, we all know you are a rim guy. Yeah.
Right. It depends on where we're shopping. Depends on where we're at. What kind of car are we talking about? You know, a 91 Impala or
What
a
are we talking about?
42-year-old Mexican girl? There's a difference. That changes everything. When's our remote? The 20th?
Yes, let's
Okay,
talk about
all
it. Did you get that picture I sent you, LG? In
Uh,
the chat.
June 20th. Bladau.
oh, wrong one. Hold on.
Wrong, it's all
Wrong
good.
one. We'll get
There we
to
go.
Texas here. Bladau.
There it is.
Okay, that's kind of cool. North Star location. Of the
Anniversary celebration.
Official sports bar of this show, the studio sponsor of In the Building is Slackles. They are having their 11th birthday at North Star location, which is technically 126 Rector on Thursday, June the 20th. And come out there and hang out. Come have a little happy hour within the building. We're going to get out there a little early, have a little happy hour mix up. And then at 5 o'clock, we're going to do a special edition of In the Building that day. So In the Building will air not at 9 a.m. on Thursday the 20th, at 5 p.m.
So just do one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want people watching that
Yeah,
one.
you're right. I'm down with that.
5 to 7, a special time on remote at the North Star Slackers location on Rector by the Mall. Our podcast.
We're gonna see Mike's nipples. Gonna
Probably-
put him in the
yeah,
Dunkin'
I'm gonna
booth.
be in a dunk booth.
Did
I
you?
need my
We didn't.
glasses.
We still didn't discuss our charity. Yeah, our names are on there.
Okay, cool. No, they got grand prizes.
Yes, they do.
Okay, cool. They're giving away Rangers tickets, it looks like.
Let me see. I see
Arcade Cabinet.
Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers tickets. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Come out and watch us on Thursday the 20th at Slackers North Star. I'm excited for that.
And you get in the
Whoop, whoop,
Dunkin' booth.
whoop, whoop. Yeah.
And we got to figure out the charity. We didn't talk about it the other day when we left.
Bob Saget. Okay.
Bob Saget.
It's got to be one. We can't split the money.
I don't know. I'll
So
ask
how
him.
are we doing? We need to talk. We need to have an off the air
So
conversation.
it's like
about
one of those things
how
where you pay
how do we
for-
draw the money?
You pay for one ball or you pay for 3 balls.
Okay.
You pay to throw it at you.
Okay. What's it, like $1 or something?
Whatever it is.
Okay. Cool.
Donate what you want.
All
All
right,
that money
let's
will go to
discuss.
charity of our choice.
What? I'm going to actually write this down. What charity?
I'd buy that for $1.
All right. Cool.
We can't zoom in. And I got LASIK.
Come out and bring your cell phone. Zoom in.
We got what are the DJs
Oh, like
all
zoom
day?
in. I can't
Yeah.
zoom in on my laptop.
DJs, raffles, giveaways, swag drops, vendor experiences.
Now, although the other day, like my kid was the other day, I tried to do that on my laptop, and my daughter just put her head in her hand. Why can't you do that on the laptop? You can do it on your phone.
It's not a
It's not a
touchscreen.
touchscreen.
That's bullshit. It should be. When are we going to have touchscreen laptops so I can zoom in with my fingers?
Well, they have them. They're called iPads.
Well, this is not an iPad. I want the laptop.
Exactly. It's not an iPad.
I want my Mac to have touchscreen. That's
They're
bullshit.
called iPads.
But
He's
that's
such a
I want.
smart-ass.
I want this
You want it to be
particular
in the
Mac
laptop
that does
format.
all these things. Yes,
Then you buy a keyboard for your iPad.
you can
Boom.
do that.
Yes.
And then I can do that with my fingers? No. You're lying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Oh, okay.
I used to have a keyboard for my iPad.
All right. Hell yes, I'm protected from getting hit with the balls.
Yeah, it's in
I'm
a
going to be in the
cage.
booth falling in the water. I can't get swangas out of my head.
Why? It's Mike. Stop doing us. Don't say swang us.
Swangers.
No.
Swangas.
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 You saying swing.
Swang.
Swangas.
Swangas.
Why
That's
the
it.
emphasis on us? Swanga.
Swangas.
I'm riding on swangas.
I'm riding on swangas. That's what you just said. How am I not getting that right?
More fluid.
More fluid?
I'm riding on swangas.
Riding on swangas. Yes.
That was better.
I'm riding on swangas.
First of all, riding.
Riding.
On.
Texas accent.
On.
Riding.
On.
Riding. I need a shot of whiskey.
You do?
Yeah.
Shit.
Let me have the
On
bottle.
Tuesday? All right.
Okay.
Ooh. What the? Too loud.
Riding on swangers.
There we go.
I just needed the Jack
That was
Daniels.
it.
There we go.
That was it. That was it. That was the one. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Mike and technology is an ass whip.
Yeah.
For me too. I'm a dinosaur as well.
But-
Thank God for LG.
But for the record, a lot of my technological ignorance,
It's because you don't want to
I
do it.
choose
You
to.
choose to.
I'm
I
happy
know.
with that.
I getting to know you.
I'm happy with that.
Yes.
I accept some things and not others. I'm not going to get turned over. I'm not going to get turned over my whole life to technological things.
I agree with that.
I don't believe that. I believe that it's detrimental. It can be detrimental to the society when everything's so fucking easy. Some things I'm down for. Like, for instance, I am for overhauling public curriculum in schools.
Me too.
You know, this is controversial because obviously there's been a lot of shit lately about let's not talk about slavery. Can we just move on from that? But I do think some history's too old to talk about. Like, I don't want to, if I want to study about Egyptian culture in the BC era, then cool, I can go take a class on that. I shouldn't be required to take that to obtain a degree. Or math should change too, I believe. Don't you agree?
Math?
We don't need to know all this math.
I
don't need the
it's not that-
Pythagorean theorem and pie charts and bullshit like that. I don't need to know all that.
I don't know what needs to go away. I just know we need credit, real estate, investing, LLC.
but
that
teach
I'll
me
add
that.
Yeah, teach me that. But I don't know what part of math needs to go away, but I know more real life things need to be included.
Correct. There's a lot, but yes. And I just believe technology has created that necessity. And also, where I'm going with this, I guess, is that we can't make everything too easy, though. There are some things we need to know deeply, but not everything. It needs to be overhauled because we're relying too much on technology and we're becoming stupid. Because you need to be able to use your brain to figure out some stuff.
No, I saw a video. The kids were probably, I'm going to say, 16 to 22. And this guy was rolling up on them with a regular clock, like a clock. And he was like, "What time is it?" They had no idea because they've only known time like this. Mm-hmm. They've only known they never learned to tell time on a regular clock.
Can't back from 100.
And I was
or
like,
20.
I tested my 15-year-old. I was like, "Hey, what time is it?" She knew. I was like, "Okay, your school didn't completely fail me." But a lot of kids don't know how to tell time on a regular clock.
When you scroll all day long and don't actually read anything, your brain recognizes a lot of shit, but it don't know anything about any of it.
But it needs to get easier, Mike. I'm okay.
Some things need to get easier, not everything.
Like, I don't need to read a newspaper when it's right there on my phone.
Agreed. But you're reading the stuff. You're not just blowing through headlines and voting or coming up with your own ideological belief system based on a bunch of headlines. You're reading the rest of it at least.
Yeah, you got to read it.
At least.
Now, that's on the person.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho.
so that's why I have a love-hate relationship with technology.
Like, when's the last time you parallel park? Why do we still do that?
Parallel parked?
Like, if I lived in New York, something might get it. When's the last time you?
Not
like,
long ago.
honestly, stop.
Yeah. But only like once this year, but I did not
How many
long
times?
ago.
Okay, that's the better question. How many times a year you parallel park?
Less than 5.
So why is it still a part of the driver test?
I don't know. It's a good question. That might
LG,
be
when's the
need to
last
be
time you
ruled out.
paralleled?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You
At
did
your
it for
gig,
real?
Probably at
Yeah, I had a gig. Had a gig down at the Tobin Center.
Oh, yeah. You know what that makes
parallel on the side street.
Yeah.
You know what? That makes sense.
And it should be on the driver's test because a
It
lot of
should
places
be?
you have to do that a lot of places.
Interesting. Okay.
If you live in a more urban area, you parallel
Right.
park
I haven't
every day.
paralleled in like 2-3 years.
What I need to get used to is using the backup camera. I'm still not used to
I refuse.
using it.
I refuse to.
I got to turn around.
I'm right
you
here.
know?
I
Arm
like
over.
it.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
don't.
put the
I
arm
don't. I
over.
don't. Yeah, I don't use the backup cam ever. I hate it. Now
I
that's one
use
thing.
it as a guy.
I'm a boomer when it comes to backup cam.
I still look, but I use both.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm starting to split between the two.
Okay.
Now, you can't always trust what's coming from the side, though. That's why you still got to check to the side.
Right.
Check the angles that the back cam's not covering.
I got that cross traffic rear monitoring, so it beeps if something's coming from the side. I still ignore it. I still have to look.
That's an ass whip when that thing hollers at you. I used to have a car that would brake for me if I got too close to somebody.
I love it.
That pissed me off.
Mine does that. I turn that shit off.
That
It would it corrects my lane too. If I swerve out, it'll steer me back
such
in.
Boomers. It's there for a
and
reason.
it flashes in your face in all caps. Brake! Fuck you! I'm not braking. I want to get on this
I
asshole
had to
ass
turn
because he's
that.
going
I
too
turned
slow.
that lane assist off day one. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like,
What if I want to ride somebody's ass and tell them, get the fuck out of the left lane, you slow going, no insurance having dipshit? I don't want to, the car brakes on for me. Get the fuck, I know what I'm doing.
You're paying for it. Why
I
not
need
use
some
it?
control.
They put that in your price of your car. Use it. That's like having AAA, paying for it every month, and then deciding to hold up traffic and change your tire on your own. No, use your damn AAA. That's why you're paying for it.
I haven't used AAA in my life. I changed my own tire.
Not me.
I have it so I can get that discount on my insurance.
Changed mine.
but they don't know I disabled all that shit.
All right, now let's talk about Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, motherfucker.
It's sing, motherfather.
Sing, motherfucker.
Texas Cheer Liquor. This is where you can go. There are 7 different locations in this area. And get cheap hooch, because if you mention us with all purchases, they're going to give you 5% off. There are 6 in the greater Saranto area, 1 in Bernie. To get your ass into any of the Texas Cheer Liquors in and around our area, tell them about In the Building. Mention Rudy or me or the show or the podcast. They will know what you're talking about. They'll give you 5% off at the official liquor store of us, Texas Cheer. And it ain't just the liquor. It's anything. Cigarettes, cigars, Coke, whatever. Cherries. Maybe you need some cherries.
cocaine.
They don't
Damn
sell
cher-
cocaine. Maybe you're buying olives or cherries to make your mixed drinks or whatever at home.
They got those good cherries
5%.
too.
Yeah, the Menaquinos.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
Yeah. 5% off. All right. Any and all things. Except lottery tickets. The state of Texas won't let you do that. But outside of that,
I haven't
Everything
bought a lottery
else.
ticket in a while. I need to try my luck.
I've actually bought a few this year just for funsies.
Yeah.
I always win my money back. I'm 3 for 3. I played it 3 times and I've won, like, if I spent $5, I won $5.
Just don't hold the line up. Just pick one.
Never. I don't do
Okay.
that. No. I don't do that. And
All
if
right,
I
cool.
win, I don't hold the line. I don't go in there with 17 $5 winners. And, here to
Can you check these?
Well, I got 6 people behind. No, I don't do that shit.
Okay, cool.
Ever. Never do that. Thank you to Texas Cheer Liquor. All right. Sports today, I don't know. Just want to get this
Got
stupid
hockey?
finals over. I'm kidding about hockey. I don't give a shit about hockey. The Stars getting beat, that's it. And I want to watch the NBA finals, and I need Dallas to be somewhat competitive and not shit the bed.
It'll go 6.
Even
at
though I
least.
can't wait for it to be over.
I got to stick with my pick. I had Dallas winning, but they're not going out like Willie Lump Lump. They're going to win a couple games. Trust me.
Willie Lump Lump's the only one doing anything.
Boston will play
With
down to
his
their
fat
competition.
ass.
Boston will play down to their competition a couple games. Trust it.
My brother got mad and commented on our show. That's a ridiculous take that Luka's not in condition.
He's not.
They've talked about his conditioning for 4 years
He's not
in a
shape.
row.
He's not in NBA shape. He's not in NBA shape. That's why his body breaks down like it does.
Michael Finley's having to go up and get beer out of his hand while he's trying to celebrate the championship in the conference because even Finley's worried about him drinking too much.
You saw that, right?
I thought that was
video?
weird that Mike did that, but it told us something, didn't it? That they're concerned
Like,
that he drinks too much beer.
On the way, like, what are you doing, bro?
They're concerned he drinks too much beer. They are. They even have like restaurants in the metro sex have like pizzas named after him because he'll go in there and he wants to get pizza a certain way. So they're like having the Luca slice. I thought that was weird for Finley to take the beer out of his hand. I mean, they did just win the Western
But
Conference.
clearly
Give
it's
him a
an
beer.
issue.
But Mike's obviously been told, watch him at his drinking. Finley thinks it's an issue. Now, he probably should have let him celebrate the conference title.
Nah, I can't blame him.
But
That
it was
Texas beer is
symbolic.
good.
It was symbolic of they're worried about. Anyway, so what have you said? Humpty Lump Lump.
Willie Lump Lump.
Willie Lump Lump. Yeah.
Humpty Hump
Just
Hump.
get the shit over with.
What else?
My guy Mike Tomlin got another extension. For all you Mike Tomlin haters, they gave him a 3-year deal.
That's all Pittsburgh does. They've had 3 coaches in the history of their organization.
How badass is that?
Is that badass?
It is.
Or is that lazy?
It's not Mike Tomlin. No, they because that organization up there. You can say what you want about Mike Tomlin, but when you're 18 years on the job, you're going to have days where you're not as good. You're going to have bad to go with the good. You can't have 18 years of
right.
flawless coaching. But the Steelers care about winning only. It's all that matters.
Do they?
Yes. That doesn't mean you make the right decisions. They still have to compete with 31 other teams. The Steelers put winning over everything, and continuity matters up there. And maybe Russ can find a fountain of youth, or maybe Justin Fields can figure it out. The Steelers have finally decided, all right, we've got to quit screwing around at quarterback.
Right.
Because Mike's not had a competitive quarterback since Big Ben.
And Big Ben, his last 3 years, mailed it in.
Yes, because Big Ben was fat and out of shape and just out there drawing a paycheck.
Right.
Mike Tomlin has not had a good quarterback in 15 years. Watch. Let's say Fields figures it out.
Or Russ, whatever.
Russ has a comeback year. All of a sudden, Mike Tomlin's going to have a winning record again.
I love
Mike Tomlin.
I love Mike Tomlin.
I love him too. And I love the fact that organization puts winning over everything. He hadn't had a quarterback worth spit in 15 years. If one of these 2 quarterbacks hits, and by the way, that proves right there, you want to criticize the Steelers for taking a long time to get a good quarterback? That's fair. That's on the organization, not just Mike's coaching.
Right.
But at least now they've all right, let's go grab a veteran here who is going to the Hall of Fame, see if we can get 1 or 2 good years out of him. But let's not, but to hell with his feelings. Let's bring in Justin Fields, too. Actually, they did it in reverse order. Let's go trade for this kid who's getting no coaching in Chicago, playing for a shitty organization, rescue him, see if we can get our hands on him, see if we can get some blood out of this rock. But let's also test him.
Test who?
Fields.
Okay.
Let's make sure he's got the mental fortitude. Oh, by the way, we're going to go get Russell Wilson, too. And Jarrett Stidham, tear your ass out of here.
No, Pickett.
Whatever.
Pickett.
I get those
both of them.
I get those middle class white guys in the NFL mixed up at that
All the
position.
same.
Whatever, all the same. You can say that about white guys.
Sure can. And I'm gonna use it. No, the thing about it is the only problem with that, Mike is they're in the best division in football. That's the problem. You got to deal with Lamar Jackson. You got to deal with Joe Burrow, and then Cleveland. I mean, I think all 4 teams damn near made the playoffs. So that's the only problem.
Right, I know, but
they need a quarterback in that division.
Tomlin's back. Every
We'll see what
year,
happens with Deshaun.
people try to run him out of office, and he's back, and I'm happy to see. What else? The College World Series will commence this coming weekend in Omaha. I am going to be happy for that.
You're down?
Absolutely. Every year. I watch as much as I can.
You like aluminum bats?
Yeah, they put
bats?
Yeah, they put regulations on them. It's an all SEC.
This isn't an
ACC.
Aggie rant, is it? You're not about to go on an Aggie rant because they made it.
Oh, I'm supporting the Aggies. Absolutely. I support any and all things Texas. And that's the only school I can see with these eyes that it says Texas on the shirt. Whoop. Rooting for the Aggie.
Interesting.
Who do you like in college? Anybody in this state?
I like the Roadrunners.
I mentioned the Horns, and you hiss at me.
I like the Roadrunners.
I mentioned my Aggies, you hiss at me. They're my Aggies this week.
I like the Roadrunners.
Okay.
That's it.
I do too.
That's it.
I support Jeff.
I like Kelvin Sampson's Cougars. I like the Houston basketball team.
Okay.
But other than that, not much.
Yeah, absolutely going for them fighting Aggies. And they got my guy Jim Schlossnagle,
Who's that?
Jim Schlossnagle, who spent 16 years at TCU putting them on the map, taking us to 4 World Series ourselves. But Jim wanted to go to the Elite Conference.
This isn't in
Couldn't
Omaha,
blame him.
right? That's Little League.
Omaha.
This is Omaha?
No. Little League is in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
College World Series is in Omaha every year, and A&M is the only Texas school in.
So they're doing all this while there's no school.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
It makes it easier to focus
It
on
makes
games.
it. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if football got to do that. Like, you ain't got to worry about going and turning in your midterm.
Do you really think Quinn Ewers was worried about his midterm?
You know what, Mike?
I don't think so.
95% of college football has to go to class. Yes, there's 5% that don't freaking matter. But the other 95, you better go to class.
Well, you know what? They all got Lamborghinis, so you know what? You take the bad with the good. You take the bad with the good. UT's all got Lambos. Did you see that shit?
They're rented.
Don't matter. They're letting them drive them. A&M is one of the 4 SEC teams in Omaha.
Oh, they got 4.
4, and the ACC got 4. There's only 2 conferences made the entire College World Series. 4 from the ACC, 4 from the SEC.
So let me try to guess it because and this is a guy
The
that
schools?
doesn't. Yeah, I'm gonna try to guess. I have no idea. I'm gonna go LSU.
No.
Florida.
Yep.
Of course, A&M.
Yep.
Let's go.
Here, I'll pull it up because I got there's 8 schools. Let me pull it up here.
I'll say Florida State.
ACC. Yep. I'm writing these down. That's one.
Clemson.
I'm proud of you. Look at you trying to. I challenge you to watch 2 innings of any game.
That's tough. Florida State, Clemson. This is the ACC, right? So, give me baseball, ACC. Shit.
You're wrong on Clemson, by the way.
Terrapin's in there. Maryland sucks at baseball.
No. I'll tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
So the SEC is Tennessee, who's number 1 in the country this year.
Wow.
Kentucky, A&M, and Florida. The ACC schools are NC State,
Okay.
Florida State, Virginia, and North Carolina.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, Big 12, Pac-12,
Honestly,
Big 10.
I'll watch the TCU games, but outside of that, I am
12 is
all Big John Southern Plantation Conference here on out. With the Longhorns and Sooners going to that conference, I'll be watching fucking CBS every Saturday now.
Same.
All in on that conference.
Me too.
It's the only conference that matters, really, to me. I like my Frogs, but might as well be back in the Mountain West. In football, anyway. And in baseball. Yeah. SEC is the best conference of baseball, too. And shit, basketball had 7 teams in the conference.
They're right there.
It's the SEC and everybody else after that. All right, I have a Python murder update coming up in members only I want to get to.
I'm down.
And then whatever else y'all want to get to. In 15 minutes or so.
Give or take.
Give or take. Members only is coming down next. Love y'all hard. See you in a minute.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.